Yep.
Going live.
Got it.
Thank you for tuning in to Pillow Talk, real and intimate conversations take place. I am your girl, Kay Carter, and today we will be discussing green flags when dating. We have a few people here that's going to give us a little of their insight. Starting off, we have King C and Queen T. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
What's going on? So I'm King C.
I'm Queen T.
That's Queen T. It's my beautiful wife here. So we have been married for 17 years, and we do music together, and we have our own jewelry line as well.
And we have 3 children. He forgot the kids, y'all. He forgot the kids.
Don't worry about the kids. We ain't worried about the kids on this. Okay, this is Pillow Talk. We about to talk about what we want to talk about. Okay. So yes, so you can check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Is going to be King CJ Dukes. And what's yours?
Queen Tiffany Turner.
And hers, Queen Tiffany Turner.
Awesome. I see y'all shining with y'all necklaces over there. I need one of those.
Oh, yeah, I got you. You know, this is, again, one in a million, okay? These are one of a kind. Only one is made in the world by us. Me or her. We make them. We custom make them, so.
And those, and also bracelets as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. See, they be out there in the sun building and painting and they really make sure that your jewelry is on point. So I'm waiting for my necklace here soon in the mail. Make sure y'all pay close attention to my order. And thank y'all for being on today to give us a little bit of your nuggets. So we're going to move over to Gabba Muffin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gabby or Gabrielle. My Instagram is, as you can see on the screen, Gabba Muffin. And me and Kanisha, we go way back, you know, used to do some dirt, used to do some church, used to do all kinds of things. That's my girl. I'm here to support. So yeah, you can check me out on Instagram at Gabba Muffin.
So what Gabby just told y'all, so we're well-rounded and experienced in the world, in the church. So, we're not going to tell you something that we haven't experienced before, okay? All right, so we're going to move over to our cousin here. Robert, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your status?
What's good? My name is Robert. You can call me Rob. I am in the Navy. Yes, I'm in active duty in the Navy. I'm a recruiter out of Atlanta. I've been married for 8 going on 9 years, got 2 beautiful kids, and I'm just here to give some insight.
Yeah, so we need some of these marriage nuggets here. I don't know about y'all, but your girl's trying to, get a ring on her finger. Yeah, I had to sing that because that's how serious I am about it. So I need them to share with us a little more insight. Myself, I'm single and I'm mingling. Gabby, what's your relationship status?
We can say
it's complicated.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on right now, but I'm loved. Let's just say that I'm loved. That's my relationship status. I'm very loved.
I like that. As long as you love, honey, that's all that matters. But okay, now that we were able to get everything on the table, you know who you're talking to and who you're hearing from. I just have to show y'all my pajamas today. Hold on. Y'all see these stripes with the blood?
All right.
You see my braider hooked me up with the woofy band, and I slayed my makeup. I just wanted to get it closer.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. All right. So I don't know about y'all, but I like to be comfy with the pillow to the top. Do you hear me?
We hear you.
Anybody want to share their amazing garments? I feel like Queen T sewed her top together. Some silk popping here.
This is a 2-piece, and it's Victoria's Secret. It's a 2-piece.
You work for Victoria's Secret?
Excuse me?
You work for Victoria's Secret?
No.
Meaning,
I
like,
do.
I feel like you're so creative. Like you gave her the designs for that. That's
Hysterical.
what
No, hysterical. Check this out though. But that's how I felt when I put it on though. You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's that Vicky's. Yes, yes. This is 40. This is what I'm doing. This is my new 40 thing going on. Like everything has to like be satin and matchy now.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love it.
And what I got on is just an old shirt that I got from the thrift store for $2, and it's very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That
My
thrift
last-
store look. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
It's already
lad,
broken in. You know what I'm saying? It's been washed a few times, so the cotton just fits on my skin so smoothly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, Cotton. All right. So enough with the intros, y'all. Thank you for tuning in once again on Pillow Talk, where real and intimate conversations take place. Today, we're discussing green flags when dating. And I'm going to start off by saying a green flag for me is if I pull up with my little boo thing, I might be driving that day because I want him to relax. You know, take it easy, baby, because you be working hard. You feel me? So if I pull up to the gas station, if I get out to pay, I need my baby to pump. Do you understand me? If I get out and you do not get out that car and allow me to put my hands on that pump, like it's over. But a man that actually takes the initiative to open my door, to pay attention to the small things, to make sure that I'm protected. Like we've all seen people jumping out the cars, getting knocked over the head and different things at gas station. And sometimes for me personally, like my senses are heightened in that time. So for a man to really take the initiative to make sure that I'm protected and I don't have to do that, speaks volumes for me. So the next man that I meet, baby, pump my gas for me. Okay. So that's a green flag for me. I'm gonna go over to Queen T and King C. Tell me, okay, y'all say y'all been married for 17 years. Like, so did y'all get married in high school? That's like a long time because y'all young, y'all look 21.
You do. Thank you. Thank you. I'm 3 years older than him. He was still 19 when we got married.
Yeah, I was 19. Yeah, we were 19. So we met, actually it's my last year in high school. We were just friends. And basically after getting to know each other and more, actually, I asked her out for a date, but then she was like, "No, you're too young. Y'all want to break your heart. Get out of here." You know, I'm
straight up.
I'm
right?
just like,
tell the truth.
I know I can do it. I'll handle it. You ain't gonna break my heart. But yeah, that's
the question. The question was what are the green lights? The green light.
Listen, so the green light is red light, green light.
The green light. Green light for this guy for me was what? I can appreciate the awareness when we would go out on a date, even though our first date he had on Heelys. That's how young he was, bro. Heelys. Okay.
I was zooming everywhere.
Bro, I had on a fur coat, some heels, and he had his arm around me and he's just coasting. And I'm like, why am I the only one walking? You feel me? Like, what's going on? This dude, was in Usher's video on our first date. And But see, how did I even end up talking to you anymore after that?
I don't know, because that was a red flag. That was a red flag.
He was really aware. It was the awareness. You know how you can be out with someone and not feel safe. You had mentioned something earlier about feeling safe. Anytime I was with him and around him, regardless of how goofy the situation was, if it was at that time, I still felt safe and he was still very aware of me, very attentive too. I could really appreciate that. That was a really cool green light. And my first time coming to the house, he was running his mom's bathwater. I was like, oh, absolutely. You're running your mom's bathwater. Your mama said,
she did run my bathwater.
Yeah, she said, CJ, can you run my bathwater? He said, okay, we about to go to Diddy's.
My
but I
mama
gotta run my mom's bathwater first. I was like, this nigga about to be running my bathwater.
My mama used to work for it all the time too. So I was like, okay, mama, I got you. I'll run your bathwater.
He was very respectful to his mother.
So yeah.
That was agreed.
Oh, Queen T, I have a question for you. So him being aware of the surroundings and attentive to you, do you feel like, because what I hear you saying is his relationship with his mom spoke volumes of how he treated her was how he was going to treat you.
Correct.
So
I don't really think well, the thing with me is I'm not really worried about him treating me like the way he treats his mom. What I'm looking at is if he's attentive to her and respectful to her. Because for me, it's the disrespect, like, I don't think he should treat me like he treats his mom. I think it should actually be separate and it should be different. You know what I mean? There's certain acts that I think are cool, but I think it should still be different. I don't think I can match his mother. I think that is separate. But at the end of the day, I still can see, and I was attracted to just how attentive he was to her. Then I knew he had what a lot of men are. Some men, it's kind of absent. You kind of work towards it or program them to have it. He already had it, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
They don't build them like they used to. That's what she's saying.
You can tell he was raised this way,
school.
and I don't have to be like,
School.
coming with my tools and shit. Like, let me screw this in. No, I have to do none of that. He was well groomed.
Okay, so he already came with the tools. You didn't have to add nothing to it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so King C, tell us about your baby. What was something that stood out that was like, yeah, okay, she the one?
Her body was like, bam, bam, and then like, yeah. That's what stood out first. That was the green light right there off top. So I was just like, dang, I gotta snag that one. And then it took me a long time to wheel that one in. But hey, listen, love, I got right there. Okay, 17. All right, so for real. I had this truck. And I don't know if you remember that movie. What was it? Like something in the Bronx, something from the Bronx. So basically, like I dated a lot of women, but basically, like I'll take them out. She's the only one that reached over and unlocked my door because I didn't have a little beep beep back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So she reached over.
Bronx tail. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Boom. Picked up. I was like, oh snap, she the one. The movie said it. I said it. Okay, this is it. But after that too, like even I ran into a situation where I felt like she had my back. And I think as a man, he always looking for someone to make sure that they have their back or can help them if they need help at the same time. So it's like equal, where it's not like how you try to play the role like, I'm the man, I'm gonna do this, and this, and this, and I'm gonna do that. But the woman can do the same thing. Like I can do the same thing you do, and I got your back. So the main thing for me and her was I knew long-term, this woman is going to have my back no matter what situation comes up. If I needed to borrow $100 or if I needed a ride over here or whatever the case may be, she just made me feel like she got my back.
Okay, yeah. The support means a lot. I think that goes a long way in relationships. Nobody wants to feel like they're alone or on the island alone, that they have someone that's going to throw them that life jacket, or it's going to be like the Titanic. Or am I going to sink?
Right.
Yeah, you going to sink. You going to sink.
Hello. So thank y'all for sharing. Gabby, I know you're loved, really loved, because I love you, my girl.
Exactly.
But tell me something that stands out to you. What are those green flags like that, you're like, it makes your heart warm, those green flags?
Well, I guess, right off the bat, we're talking about early on, just good, consistent communication, I think is really important. And whatever that may mean, because whatever you establish with that person in the beginning, it is what you guys establish. But so long as it stays consistent and the communication stays as it should be, to me, that's always like a good sign of somebody, they keep their word. They do what they say they're going to do. Communication is huge. How you going to get to know somebody if you don't know how to communicate? And with the communication, I think it's important that there's openness and vulnerability. Being able to let your guards down, not being afraid to let your guards down. I'm not saying you got to bear it all or anything like that, but open up to me a little bit, because I'm definitely going to give that back to you. So to me, that's definitely a green flag.
Yeah. So definitely you're saying with the communication, you want the person that you're dating to be a little bit vulnerable, to know that they don't have a wall up, that they're hard to penetrate, to be a little vulnerable through their
just open, open to what it is, whatever it is that we're trying to do,
Yes. Okay. Anyone want to chime in on the communication or vulnerability?
Yeah, communication is going to be key. And I know for me, I can speak for myself. I don't like communicating like detail to detail. If I say I'm going to the store, I'm going to the store. For her, she'll be like, I'm going to Standard Brothers. I'm getting milk, eggs, some pancake mix. And then, did you need anything? Okay, I should be back in within 15 minutes. I'm like, you don't need to tell me all that. Just tell me to go to the store. I'll see you in a bit. So like the communication is definitely key for sure.
Awesome. And let's move over to the Taylors. All right. Hey, mommy. Tell us your name.
She finally decided she wanted to come on.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, thank you. Welcome. So I know a little bit of y'all's story because we went live on a different platform, but tell us a little bit about y'all relationship. How long have y'all been married?
Okay, so we've been married. It'll be 9 years in November that we've been married. We've been together for almost 12 years. Yeah, we met when I was 19, Robert was 20. So we met really young, got married like a year or two later. So we got married really young as well. And we've been together since. So that's just a little backstory. I actually met Robert. I knew of Robert since middle school. Let him tell it. He said that I used to stalk him.
You said it with your own. You said it.
But
Okay,
you said it.
I knew of him in middle school. I actually was in class with his brother. So I knew his family and him for a while. And then we kind of reconnected later, like after, I think like my first year in college, we kind of reconnected. And then we've been together since then.
Nice. So what are some who wants to go first? Because I'm really excited for y'all to share, because 9 years, that's a long time. And happy early anniversary to y'all. What was a green flag? One thing that stood out was like, okay, yeah, he the one and she the one. Who wants to go first?
So I think I already mentioned my green flag. She matched my investment.
Mm-hmm.
My investment. How can I say that? She, like second date. I know we were going to Golden Corral.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to Golden Corral. That's all I could afford at the time. So we're going to Golden Corral, and I was about to pay for the meal, and then she had said, "No, babe, I got it. This is second date. That doesn't happen." That doesn't happen at all. So second date, she said she wanted to pay for it. I'm like, I was kind of thrown back, like, wow, you really like me, don't you? So that, I think that day I knew, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make her right. That was one green flag. Another green flag is communication. Like you guys were saying, we would be talking on the phone for hours on end, 2-3 hours at a time, late at night. I'm trying to hide my phone from my mom because she don't want me talking on the phone so late. I'm hiding in the garage trying to talk to her. Remember those days? Like I used to sit in my garage. This is back in the day where we had the regular telephones, with the wire.
Right.
And I would be in my garage talking to her. We'd be on the phone for hours. I see my mom pull up into the driveway. Babe, I gotta go. Run off. Once she get in the bed, I find out my mom's asleep, get on the phone, talk to her for hours on end. So communication is key. I just love communicating, especially deep conversation for hours. I love that.
Okay, to the deep conversation, sis. So what was a green flag for you that you were like, yeah, this man Like I can see myself with him for the rest of my life.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something a little different. I think for me, especially when Robert and I met, since we were so young, I think one thing that really stood out that Robert really checked in on me mentally. And when I say that, he just really made sure I was okay, my well-being, as far as like, it was a lot of things I was going through at the time. And he was really there to kind of help me map it out and, gave me wisdom and prayer. And even though we were young, it really helped. So I think that's like one big thing for me is having someone to check in on you mentally. It's one thing to have someone to be there for you financially, physically, whatever it may be. And I think in this generation, this society that we live in, a lot of people say that it's in the rap music, it's everywhere. Find a man that can take care of you financially. But I think the biggest thing is finding a man that can take care of you mentally and actually be there for you in more ways than one. Because when you don't have the money or when you don't have those certain things to take care of you, you have not only a spouse, but you have a friend. So I think that's one thing that green flag for me was that mental check-in and making sure that I was okay.
Right. Yeah, make sure I'm not going to the crazy house. Keep me out the straight back. Okay, check on me mentally. I love that. That is a great green flag. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to another green flag that I personally, for myself, I know myself and Gabby, we are not married. So I guess our dating experience are, more frequent than y'all two couples. I would say being considerate. Like Queen T said this. No, I'm sorry. King C said this earlier. You said when she goes to the store, she's like, I'm going to Stater Brothers. I'm going to get the eggs and I'll be back in 15 minutes. And do you need anything?
Yep.
Key word in that sentence was like, do you need anything? That for me, that's like a green flag because I'm very attentive person and I want to make sure that my person is comfortable and I like to let them know that they're thought of. So if I'm doing anything, you're always on my mind. So if I go to Walmart or Target, I'm always like, okay, I seen Babe was out of soap, or I know he likes Skittles, so I'm gonna just grab them. But I'm still gonna also, okay, he might need something while I'm here, so I'm gonna ask. If I get a man that does not do that, of course, we know what flag that is. But for someone to take the time out of the day and say, hey, I know you like the chocolate almond M&Ms, and you come with the bag. I'm like, hey, you know your girl. So that is important to me for someone to be attentive. So what y'all think about that?
I
That's
agree.
a big one.
Yep. Definitely.
Attentive is huge. And you know what? The other couple, what is her name?
Janelle.
Yeah, you had mentioned about how he was attentive to you, but he was really getting in here with it. But it takes a man with a certain type of vulnerability in you to also not be wounded or guarded, but you were open and you trusted him to be able to facilitate that for you and with you. And that's beautiful, but that falls under the umbrella of her speaking about vulnerability being a green for sure. So that is a major compatible bonus you two have, and a kind of unfair advantage. A lot of couples don't have that, even emotional awareness or vulnerability to operate that way, and to be sensitive to one another and open with one another shamelessly about that. No matter how low you are, he said it ain't too low for him to go and get you and bring you back up, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's solid.
Yo, that also goes into supportive.
Yes.
Like I love that King C and Queen T, y'all do music together, y'all do jewelry together, y'all raise your kids together, y'all do life together. And that shows a sense of like y'all have each other back. Y'all are on the same team and y'all support each other in your endeavors. Both of you have different qualities and along the lines of creativity, but that y'all can support each other. So I know that that's a big thing when it comes to relationships, and that can be a green flag. Having someone that, even if they're not in that same capacity as you, that they're rooting for you, they're on the sidelines cheering you on. So even personally for myself, obviously, you know, I can be on a date right now, but to have someone that's saying, you know, Kenesha, I love what you're doing. I support what you're doing. Do you need anything while you're filming? Do you need me to hold the camera? That's exciting to me, to know that someone is willing to support instead of saying, you never have time. Why, you know, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So those things go a long way. What y'all think about support?
Support is major. And it's important to support. You don't always have to agree with what you're supporting, because there are times when he gets in creative states and I'd be like, where are you going? Like, what's happening right now?
About music we make?
No, our music is amazing. I'm talking about when you were a Jesus freak and you went that way. I'm talking about, like, there's things when he wanted to become an artist, a solo artist, and be a rapper. I never said, I don't agree with that, or don't do that.
You're just a producer. You better stay in your lane. That's all you're here to do.
I just didn't want people taking advantage of him in the industry. That's all. But at the end of the day, I supported whatever it was he said he needed. So if he's in the studio and I know he can make quality sound on this little raggedy beat machine, then I'm going to support him by upgrading his studio equipment at the Guitar Center, so his sound that he's creating that's so awesome on that beat machine could be amplified, and his quality and his investment in himself goes up. Then his belief in himself goes up. So support goes a long way. And that's how I've always showed up for him, no matter whether I agree with it, whether I don't. I don't get to say what he can't do. It's his life journey. I get to support and find out what the strengths are, how I can support that.
Yeah,
I don't have to agree.
Support for me.
Support.
Yeah,
Hey,
support is important.
Hey.
Because we sure love to bring our opinions to the table. Like, why are you even doing that? Or that's stupid. Or, you know, that's not what they need. Just support. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to burn out and put the shit down anyway. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But no, they switch a lot. Seriously, they don't really stay consistent with things that they really love at that time. They just kind of like, okay, that was cool. Now something else, you know? So just be supportive, even if you don't agree with it.
Has anybody else experienced a situation, the Taylors, have y'all experienced this, Gabby, with being in a space where someone did not support you, or let's not say did not, but how did you feel when you feel like, okay, this is probably off the wall, but to have your partner say, yeah, you know, I support you. What do you need? How did you feel in that moment, knowing that that person had your back?
For me, I think it felt great, of course. I think one thing for me when it comes to support, for support when it comes to Robert's dreams and even his career, I feel like sometimes it can be a lot. But one thing, like I said, is just being his number one supporter, being his number one fan, even on his lowest days. And like, you know, like she was saying, sometimes you may not even agree with it and you may not even understand it, because some days he may come home from work and I may not fully understand what he's saying regarding, you know, him having his rough days and what's going on and things like that. But at the end of the day, I'm here to support and somewhat understand what he's going through, and just be there for him in every single way I can. So even if I don't know what to say, if I'm just giving him a hug or just preparing him a drink, whatever it is that I know will make him feel better, I'm there 100%. So I think that's one thing for me.
And support can look like so many different things because we don't all need the same thing. I know for me, I tend to be a little bit like independent. It's very hard for me to ask for help. It's hard for me to even expect help from somebody. And in terms of somebody helping me do things, while it's appreciated, it's not necessarily what I need all the time. Sometimes I just need somebody to listen to me when I talk. That is a great like support for me. Somebody who just kind of lets me consume them with like my emotions and stuff like that. And then all the other stuff, the studying and the work, I can do it. I can handle it myself, and I love it if you help me. But it's like support can look like, you know, so many different things. And when you find that person that just, you know, becomes that like yin to your yang and just kind of like fills your vibe, it's a beautiful thing. I feel like I'm experiencing that right now. And you know, we just all need different things. And when you find that person who kind of just like, without even telling them, they just know what you need and they just like match it, I think that's super dope.
Yep.
That's definitely true. I think we all do better when we have someone that is there to root us on and not give us, grief for wherever it is that we're doing. If they're listening, if they're giving a hug, or if you're making a drink. Hello.
I used to do this. Like I used to have like really long days at work. I'm saying like 13, 14 hours. I'll get off the boat. I'll come home. She used to have like this big beer mug. She put it in the freezer, right? So it made it like the ice crystallized around the mug. And then she poured cold beer. So as soon as I get home, I get this big old beer. I can sit down on my couch, relax. She's amazing. Like, for real, man.
We love the love here. Okay. I know, we're getting closer to our time. The last thing that I actually wanted to ask y'all about, especially the married couples here, of course, Gabby will chime in on our 2 cents, but what about the security in your marriage? Meaning like, so I had a discussion with another married couple, and they highlighted the green flag for them was feeling secure that, early on when they were dating, that if they called at 1:00, they answered, and not, hearing from them the next day, like, oh, I was asleep, or the phone not being locked, those sort of things. Is that a green flag for you in your marriage or relationships, Gabby?
Me.
Gabby.
Okay. Well, I think that, like I say all the time, everybody has their own, dynamic or whatever. I think preferably for me, I would just like somebody who is just as open and honest as I am. Like, you can ask me anything and I'm going to tell you. I don't really hold back. Don't like secrets. Don't like operating in secrecy. That's not how I am my best self. But I do like I said, I like somebody who's going to be just as open and vulnerable as me. Of course, that comes in stages. That comes with time, that security and that openness and that honesty. But for me, ideally, I would like to get to a point where I do feel like that person is not having secrets, even though everybody has a right to their privacy, but they love to share with me. They love to be open with me. They love to be like, look at my phone, look at this crazy thing that this person texts me. You know what I mean? I want that person to be my best friend, and I want the openness to just be natural, not like a defensive thing. Like, why are you asking? Like, why? It's just like, of course I want to share with you. Of course I want to be open with you. That's ideal for me. That would be ideal.
Anyone else would like to chime in on the security?
The top flight of the world, Craig. Top flight of the world.
Stop, bro. Why
okay. Top flight. No, so like with security, like I definitely am secure with my wife. Basically, every couple, I guess, in the beginning, you go like, let me check the phone, kind of thing and all that stuff. But that just creates more like secrecy. But when you're open, like Gabby was saying, it's a lot easier. And I feel like we're open and we can talk openly. And again, it does evolve over the time that you are together with her. But off top, I know, like, I just know like the type of woman she is. If she felt some type of way, like, hey, like, she always made me feel secure basically with anything that she does. So even if she says she's going out with her friends, we're going to be spending the night at this person's house, she will tell me the address, the phone number, who's there and all that other stuff. Should have been talking, like chopping and be like, hey, I'm video chat. I was like, I believe you.
He
So
hates it, but I'm just finding out he doesn't hate it, but he hates it. I'll be giving him all this information, like, babe, look, this is what, look, because what if something happens, God forbid, but my husband's gonna know where I'm at. He needs to know where I'm at. He should know that openness. You were talking about that oneness, just that transparency is very important, and that creates the best security. And it's like, sometimes he feels like I kind of overdo it because I can be a little long-winded, but at the end of the day, I'm not missing any details. I don't care. Like, no, you're going to know everything because I respect you enough to know everything. And I'm not holding nothing out. I'm not leaving nothing out. There's no loopholes.
And I know the way she carries herself as a woman.
Absolutely.
So I know if anybody tries to holler at her when she's out, she's going to shoot them down.
They walk up to him
and all that
they
stuff.
Be like, I know they walk up to me. Hey, you King, see you. They walk up to him, same thing. Oh, I know your wife. I know, you're Tiffany's king. You're Tiffany's king. Absolutely. I crowned him king before he knew he was.
Right. So basically what she's saying is that the security that she gave me, because she made it known to everybody already, made me feel secure, letting me know that she's my wife and I'm her husband kind of thing. So letting everybody know, it kind of like, you already know what it is. So there's
so that goes into also like reassurance, even though she was letting she was letting the people around her know that you are the one. And I don't care what y'all think. If I'm on FaceTime, I'm talking to my husband. Yep, you know where I'm at. It was the reassurance also that made you feel more secure.
Yep, definitely.
I feel like security for us has never been an issue. It just comes naturally. We've never had a situation in our marriage where we have to question each other's, motives. So like if I'm going anywhere, I'll tell her where I'm going. If babe, I'm going here. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna be here. If I leave, I'm gonna call her and say, hey, plans change. I'm gonna go here. So I've never.
That plans change one is a big one. That's a big one. Yeah. Because if they change, she should be updated. And a lot of people miss that. That is important. That is very important when it comes to security. Like that follow-up right there, like, all right, we shifting left now. Let me let you know that. Mm-hmm. That's it right there. Like people don't even understand how big that is. That's huge. Yep.
So like I said, in our marriage, I've never experienced a moment where we did not trust each other's motives, because that's what security, boils down to. Have you?
I think we said it from the beginning. Even when we were dating, that's something that we've always done. That's how we've always operated, as far as just letting each other know where we're going, what we're doing. And he's never gave me a reason not to trust him. So, I think that's just something a foundation that needs to be set from the beginning when you're dating, and that carries on when you're married, is making sure that you're communicating effectively in every way possible.
Right. So definitely, I think nowadays society tells us you don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. She don't have to know. He don't have to know. But I think those mindsets can be the deterrent, the failure of our society in having successful relationships, successful marriages, because everyone's only, not everyone, but most people, the world is given advice of self. How do you protect yourself and not share things with your significant other? It's about, sometimes, even for me, I notice a green flag when I'm dating is someone not just being honest, but transparent. There's two different things. Honesty is if I ask you something and then you're honest. Transparency is me not even asking for the information and you give it. And Queen T, that's what you're saying you're doing. So having that transparency goes a long way. It creates security in our relationships to be truthful and open and vulnerable, just as Gabby said. So we're going to go ahead and segue our ways out. Before we go, again, I want everyone to share their handle. I'll start off by saying it's your girl, Kay Carter. You can tune in on my Instagram at k.carter is here on the screen. Gabby.
On the screen, Gabby, Gabba Muffin.
Hey, the Dukes.
Yes.
So ours is King CJ Dukes.
And mine is Queen Tiffany Turner.
Taylor's.
180_Tay.
And I am love_blocks_fitness.
Yes, we love it. Again, thank y'all so much for taking the time out of your day to come on here. We're with Pillow Talk, where real and intimate conversations take place. We will be here every Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. And I would need y'all to know the other standard times because I don't need to read it all off. But if you don't know, let me just help you out. It will be 8:30 Central Standard Time and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in next week, Wednesday, same time here on Pillow Talk. Thank y'all.
Bye. Good night.
Later.